What if the same ocean that gave you purpose took everything away? Tamayo Perry wasn't just chasing waves, he was chasing life. From riding the deadliest surf breaks on Oahu's North Shore to acting in blockbuster films, Tamayo lived without fear. But one calm day, the unexpected struck, cutting short the journey of a man known as a legend of the sea. Was it just a freak accident? Or the ultimate price for living on the edge? Stick around, because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you think you know about the ocean's allure and its danger. Today we bring you a story that echoes through the crashing waves of Oahu's North Shore. An extraordinary tale of courage, passion, and loss. Tamayo Perry, a former pro surfer known for riding the deadliest waves, Hollywood actor, lifeguard, and beloved teacher, tragically lost his life to a shark attack in waters he knew better than anyone. This is not just a story of a life cut short, but a powerful journey of a man who lived fearlessly, left a mark on the surfing world, and inspired everyone around him with his kindness and devotion to the ocean. Tamayo rode the waves with unmatched skill, starred in blockbuster films like Pirates of the Caribbean, and saved lives as a lifeguard. From conquering the pipeline's monster waves to sharing his ocean wisdom with students, his spirit embodied the essence of a true waterman. But the ocean, with all its beauty, is as unforgiving as it is breathtaking, and in this chilling encounter with one of nature's apex predators, it claimed one of its own. Stay with us as we explore Perry's remarkable life, revisit the final moments that stunned the surfing world, and honor the legacy he leaves behind, a reminder of the thrill and danger that accompany every adventure in the wild seas. If stories of adventure, survival, and encounters with the wild spark your curiosity, hit that like button and share this video with someone who loves the ocean just as much. Have thoughts about Perry's legacy or experiences with the ocean? We want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and join the conversation. And don't forget, subscribe to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, and ring that notification bell to stay updated with every new story from the unpredictable wilderness. With each tale, we explore the fine line between awe and danger, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where nature's beauty meets its untamed fury. Tamayo Perry was no ordinary surfer. He was a legend of the waves, a charismatic waterman who lived his life on the edge of adventure. Born and raised on the island of Oahu, Perry's relationship with the ocean was forged from a young age. It was here, on the North Shore, home to some of the most dangerous and revered surf spots in the world, that he discovered his passion for riding waves. His early years were spent chasing swells across Oahu's coast, where his fearlessness began to turn heads among locals and professionals alike. By the time Perry reached his prime, he wasn't just surfing waves, he was mastering them. His defining achievement came in 1999 when he conquered the infamous Pipeline, one of the deadliest waves on the planet, to win the Pipeline Masters Trials. The Pipeline's sharp reef and monstrous barrels have claimed the lives of seasoned surfers, but Perry made it his playground. Though he was never one to pursue competitive world titles, his passion for riding colossal waves earned him the respect of the surfing world. Known for his free-spirited approach, Perry embodied a unique breed of surfers who didn't compete for glory but for the thrill of chasing big, crazy waves, documenting moments that became part of surfing folklore. Perry's mastery of the ocean didn't end with surfing. His love for the water evolved into a lifelong career as a lifeguard on the North Shore, where he worked to keep the same beaches he grew up on safe for others. He began his role with the City and County of Honolulu Ocean Safety Department in 2016, and it quickly became clear that his experience and natural leadership would make him a key figure in the community. Perry's colleagues admired his upbeat personality and dedication, with many calling him a lifeguard loved by all. Alongside his lifeguarding duties, Perry shared his ocean expertise with aspiring surfers through the Oahu Surfing Experience, a business he ran with his wife Emilia. Tamayo took a special pride in teaching surf etiquette and safety, values rooted in a near-death experience he'd had at the pipeline years earlier. That accident could have ended his career, but Perry treated it as a lesson, using the close call as inspiration to teach others how to respect the ocean's power. Tamayo's passion for life extended beyond surfing. His vibrant personality led him into acting, where he landed small but notable roles in major productions like Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides and Hawaii 5-0. With each role, Perry brought the same energy to the screen that he exuded in real life: playful, adventurous, and larger than life. Whether he was portraying a buccaneer or a local character, his love for acting was just another facet of his dynamic personality. "When I'm not acting, I'm still quite a character," Perry would say with a grin. Though his achievements were varied, Perry's heart remained with the ocean, and with his wife Emilia, a former professional bodyboarder. The two met in the surf lineup at the pipeline, a fitting beginning for a relationship anchored in the sea. "A few years later, I picked up a surfboard, we got married, and there was no turning back," Emilia fondly recalled. Together, they lived a life of adventure, surf, and deep connection to the ocean. Perry was not only her husband, but also her greatest teacher, imparting years of ocean knowledge that she would treasure forever. Despite his accomplishments, Perry never lost the humility that made him beloved by friends, family, and strangers alike. He was deeply rooted in his Christian faith, which became a cornerstone of his life in later years. His positivity was contagious, and his outlook on life was one of gratitude and joy. Even in his final days, Perry's faith gave him peace, with messages to loved ones reflecting his readiness to meet the King. As the summer waves began rolling into Oahu's shores, Perry continued to do what he loved most: surfing the waters that had defined his life. On a seemingly ordinary day, Perry paddled out to Goat Island, a familiar surf spot off the coast of the North Shore. To those around him, it was just another day on the water: bright skies, warm seas, and favorable surf conditions. For Perry, it was another chance to connect with the waves that had been his lifelong companion. What happened next would leave the surfing world reeling. On a quiet Sunday afternoon, Tamayo Perry paddled out to the waters near Goat Island, a small rocky outcrop off Oahu's North Shore. The waves were typical for the area, steady swells rolling in from the deep Pacific, offering the perfect conditions for a seasoned waterman like Perry. The North Shore was his playground, a place where he could escape the noise of everyday life and find peace doing what he loved most. This spot, nestled near Malekahana Beach, was one of his regular haunts. Perry knew every current, break and shift in the tide like the back of his hand. To him, the ocean was a familiar friend, though, as he had always taught his students, it was one that demanded respect. With the sun high in the sky and only a handful of other surfers scattered across the lineup, Perry eased into the rhythm of the waves. Each rise and fall beneath his board felt as natural as breathing, a seamless dance between man and ocean. It was supposed to be just another session, a chance to chase waves, clear his mind, and bask in the freedom that the sea always gave him. He paddled farther from shore, waiting for the next perfect swell to rise. Perry was in his element, scanning the horizon for that telltale bump signaling an incoming wave. But what lay beneath the surface on this particular day was something far more dangerous. A predator silently cruising through the depths, hidden from view. Out of nowhere, the shark struck with terrifying speed. Without warning, Perry felt a sudden, crushing force clamp down on his leg, a sensation like being hit by a truck. It was the unmistakable grip of a powerful shark's jaws. The initial bite was ferocious, the animal clamping down with precision and immense force, tearing into Perry's flesh. Sharks are ambush predators, relying on stealth and speed, and this attack was no different. Perry was caught off guard, pulled beneath the surface as the water around him erupted into a chaos of froth and blood. Instinct kicked in, and Perry fought back with everything he had. The shark's teeth sliced deep, but Perry didn't panic. Years of experience in the ocean had conditioned him to keep a clear head even in the face of danger. He struck at the shark's gills and snout, knowing these were its most vulnerable points. But the animal, likely a tiger shark, one of the ocean's apex predators, was relentless. Perry managed to wrench free from the initial bite, but the damage was severe. Blood spilled into the water, clouding the sea in crimson streaks, which only further agitated the shark. Despite his injuries, Perry tried to make a break for the surface, gasping for air as he emerged. He shouted for help, his voice cutting through the sound of the waves. Fellow surfers, seeing the commotion, sprang into action, paddling toward him as fast as they could. Time was critical. The shark was still circling, a shadow beneath the waves, waiting for another opportunity to strike. In the minutes that followed, lifeguards on jet skis rushed to the scene. Perry's colleagues, those same lifeguards with whom he had shared years of camaraderie, acted swiftly. They knew they had to get him out of the water immediately, not just to avoid another attack, but to stop the severe blood loss that could quickly turn fatal. One lifeguard maneuvered the jet ski close to Perry, while others threw him onto a rescue sled. Perry, though gravely wounded, remained conscious, clinging to what strength he had left as they sped towards shore. The water around them was still thick with his blood, but the team worked with remarkable precision, navigating the surf with practiced skill to avoid capsizing. On the shore, paramedics were already waiting, having been alerted by a bystander who saw the incident unfold from a distance. The lifeguards pulled Perry from the sled, and the emergency team immediately began performing first aid, applying pressure to the deep wounds in a desperate attempt to stem the bleeding. But the damage was catastrophic. Perry's leg was severely mauled, and the blood loss was extreme. Even as the paramedics worked frantically, Perry's condition worsened by the second. His breathing became shallow, and his pulse weakened. His colleagues, friends, and fellow surfers stood helplessly by, watching with heavy hearts as the man they had admired fought for his life. Perry's wife, Amelia, would later recall that he had always accepted the ocean's risks as part of the life he chose. Still, the reality of seeing someone so vibrant and full of life reduced to a state of fragility was devastating. Though the lifeguards had done everything within their power to save him, Perry's wounds were simply too severe. As his lifeless body was carried from the shore, the weight of the loss began to settle over those who knew him. The man who had braved the fiercest waves in the world and shared his love for the ocean with everyone he met was gone. And that wraps up today's episode of Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. Tamayo Perry's story is a reminder of the powerful connection between humans and nature and the risks that come with living life on the edge. His legacy will live on through the waves he rode and the lives he touched. If you found this story meaningful, please let us know in the comments. Share your thoughts or even your own encounters with nature. We'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into Tamayo's incredible life, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us bring more stories like this to you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already part of the Savage Tales community. Tap that bell icon so you'll always be notified the moment a new story drops, because you never know what wild encounter we'll explore next. Thanks so much for watching and being part of this journey with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay adventurous, and respect the wild, because every encounter tells a story. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where the wild meets the brave.